Captain Tim Rutledge, and this is my cabin on the ship Satandola. The Georgian period. A period of industrialization and progress, when England ruled the waves. Not to mention a period of great music and art, which is the subject of this month's episode. Specifically, we shall look at the life and work of the great painter Joseph Mallord William Turner, or JMW Turner for short. Turner was born in 1775, the son of London barber William Turner and Mary Marshall. In 1785, Turner stayed with his uncle Joseph Marshall in Brentford, where he began his first artwork. In 1786, Turner visited Margate in Kent, where he produced some of his finest paintings of the town. Throughout his early career, Turner traveled all over Europe, studying at the Louvre in Paris and in Venice. His patrons included Walter Ramsden Fox, George O'Brien Wyndham, and even Prince of Wales. In his later years, Turner became more and more eccentric. After his father passed away in 1829, he began to suffer from several bouts of depression. Although he never married, he did have an affair with Sarah Darby, and later with Sophia Caroline Booth. In 1851, Turner passed away at Sophia's house in Chelsea. He is buried in St. Paul's Cathedral, next to Sir Joshua Reynolds. Enough of his life, though. Let's take a look at some of his works of art. We'll start with the earlier works, move on to his middle period, and finish off with a few of his last paintings. Our first example is a watercolor that got Turner into the Royal Academy at the age of 15. A view of the Archbishop's Palace, Lambeth, depicts exactly that, with townsfolk perusing the streets. Notice the perspective of the buildings. They are all arranged in different angles, an example of Turner's mastery with perspective. In 1817, the 3rd Earl of Darlington commissioned Turner to paint Raby Castle in County Durham. The original painting had a mounted hunter in the foreground, an influence on the Earl's love of sport, but was painted out after criticisms from the Royal Academy. Looking at the painting, we see that the sky takes up most of the canvas, with clouds dwarfing the castle and forests. This was the first work where Turner exploited the grandiosity of the sky. This 1812 painting depicts the army of Hannibal Barca crossing the Alps in 218 BC to attack Rome during the Punic War. The composition is irregular, with Turner's insistence on it being hung low to ensure a viewing from the correct angle. Also, if you look close enough, you can see Hannibal on an elephant. King George IV requested this painting of the Battle of Trafalgar from Turner in 1822, but was unpleased by the finished product. Several events from the battle are depicted at once, such as Lord Nelson's signal to the fleet, the falling of Victory's mizzen-topmast, the burning of the French ship Aquile, and the sinking of the Durham. One of Turner's final paintings was Rain, Steam and Speed, the Great Western Railway, first exhibited in 1844. In a view looking east to London, a locomotive can be seen speeding across the Maidenhead Railway Bridge on the River Thames. In the bottom right corner, a small hare can be seen. Does the animal represent the limits of technology, or is it running in fear of the engine? At the end of his career, Turner bequeathed his collection of finished paintings to the British nation, and nowadays they are seen in museums all over the United Kingdom and the United States. The majority of Turner's works can be found at the National Gallery and Tate Gallery in London, along with several other museums in Scotland, Canada, and the United States, including 2 at the Taft Art Museum in Cincinnati. If you want to learn more about Turner and his work, there have been several plays and novels written, along with the recent 2014 film Mr. Turner, featuring Timothy Spall in the title role. You can also visit the Tate Gallery in London to view most of his paintings and sketches. For Histories in Review, I'm Captain Tim Rutledge. Have a good day.